Hi, if you're new here, we're Emma, Jack, and Poppy. And we are currently on Havila, partaking in a 130-year-old coastal route connecting coastal communities of Norway. We're going from Bergen up to Kirkenes and then back down over 12 days, making a total of 34 stops along the way. The voyage covers 2,500 nautical miles, and so far we've done the northbound portion of this trip. We are now heading southbound, back towards Bergen, and in this action-packed episode we make lots of stops from Hamerfest, Harstad, Stokmarknes, Scotland, and Svolvaer. We separate and do different activities at one point, so let's dive into this video and get out and live a little. Our first port stop is going to be Hamerfest. It is a very quick port stop, but let's take a quick peek at what we did. In 2008, they started Europe's largest natural gas facility, and it is right here, right outside of Hamerfest.
In just a few minutes, we'll be arriving in Hamerfest, the world's northernmost town. The municipality of Hamerfest has about 10,000 inhabitants and lies on the same latitude as the northernmost parts of Siberia and Alaska. We will be docking in a part of town known as Havila outside of the center of town. It's across the bay, one could say, from the center of town.
Alright, welcome to Port 11. We are in Hamerfest, which is the northernmost town in the world. We are just going to go walk to town. It's about a 30-minute walk from where we just docked. We'll see if we make it. But
it's windy today.
It's windy.
Okay, so we made it to downtown Hamerfest, and we are as north as Siberia. So this is the most north we're going to get on this trip. It's really nice. I don't think much is open today, but that's okay. And it's got Christmas lights. Oh, and it took us approximately a 30-minute walk from where the boat docked to get to down here. So just keep that in mind if you are coming here.
Just look at the moon right now. Full moon.
I will say on camera this moon did not look that big, but in real life that moon looked like 5 times the size of a normal moon. Hamerfest's town's municipal coat of arms has a polar bear on it, and they also have a Polar Bear Society that works on preserving the city's Arctic history. Now, since most things were actually closed on this day, since it was so close to Christmas, there wasn't too many things for us to actually do, like most of the shops and everything were closed. But if you were here on a normal day, they have the Royal and Ancient Polar Bear Society from the 1960s, and it displays wildlife as well as the Arctic. It'd be a great stop, as well as the Hamerfest Museum of Reconstruction. It takes a look back into the history of the town and how it was rebuilt after World War II. And like I had previously said, it is one of the most northern towns in Europe and in the world.
Look, they even have a motorcycle club. So to get to town, you follow these bear paws when it's not icy. So it was too windy to get this while we were outside, but it is a 1.5 mile walk from the ship to the center of town. About 30 minutes.
It was too cold and windy
Yes.
to film that outside, but we got back on 1.5 miles. You can also visit the Hamerfest Church, which you can hear the bells chiming in the background, and it was built in 1961 and it has a modern design. Nothing was open in town. It was really cold and windy, so most of our camera gear wasn't working either. But it was a good, nice walk, nice getting off the boat and exploring a little. And just like that, we were off to the next destination and enjoying the ship. 6. One more. Good job. So we actually haven't shown you too much lunch, so we'll show you lunch today. It's similar to dinner where it changes depending on the region that you're in. Herring, pumpkin quiche, Caesar salad. They're very small plates, and for lunch they suggest picking 3 different things. If you're hungry, or you're always more than welcome to order more, but Havila is super conscious with their food waste, so just something to keep in mind. Now for some pretty epic views. Up.
Up, up.
Good job.
9. Push, no,
Nope, tap,
9.
tap.
Good job.
Good job. We basically had a nice relaxing day on board, listened to some beautiful music, and then it was dinner time. This is the crab salad, and that is the smoked cod roe, and it is on the gold menu. This is the reindeer.
Halibut.
I absolutely loved whenever we passed another Havila ship or a Hurtigruten one, everybody flashed their lights, honked the horn, people got out on balconies and waved. It was just so much fun. Good morning. So we are splitting up today. There was an excursion Jack didn't really want to do, but I thought could be interesting. And it is a bus ride. You get off at one stop and I will meet them back at like 1 or 2 stops later. And at one point we will pass them, so that's kind of fun. And so let's see what I'm up to today, and let's see what Jack and Poppy are up to. I was gonna get a picture of me saying bye to Jack, but Poppy was still sleeping and we could tell she was on the verge of waking up. So get a little wave and blew a kiss goodbye in the dark. And I was off. Harstad, Port 11, Port 12, not sure. Let's go do this excursion on my own. I haven't been on my own in quite some time. I usually got little pops with me.
But only of northern Norway, the third biggest town. A small, big town. We have pretty much everything here for the 25,000 inhabitants, and of course also for the people living around, coming to work, students that study here at the local university. So I will show you a few things as we drive to the city center. The newest attraction in our town is a floating sauna.
We got on the bus 30 minutes ago, drove around the town a little bit, and now we just got off. We're gonna go check out a church, and I actually see the ship coming. There they are. Something like that. They're right around there. See if I can get a better shot. Hey, there they are. This is Stokmarknes Church. It is the northernmost medieval stone church of Norway and the world's most northern surviving medieval building. It was built in 1435 and it seats about 300 people. At the head of the church there is 3 triptychs which represent the church's 700 to 800 year history. This is the original door, and the stick in the middle was their form of measurement, so you'd come to the church to check the measurements. That church was very pretty and an unexpected visit. I enjoyed that. And they did a little mass for us, so it was pretty, and it was very old. It was a nice experience that I was not expecting on this excursion. And now we walked about a block, and we are going into a museum to explore that, and then you can see an old farm, I believe, after that. So a bunch of unexpected experiences. This should be fun. I thought we were going to sit on a bus for most of the trip, so. Now let's go and explore the museum and all its artifacts. This piece is from the early Iron Age, 1600 to 1030 AD. This was a time of prosperity for the area, so lots of the graves were adorned with wealthy weapons, bronze jewelry, as well as pearls. This exhibit gives an insight to the Harstad region from the Stone Age to the present day, with an emphasis on the Viking and the Middle Ages. So this museum ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it would be, and it had so many different artifacts. For example, this is prisoner cards from 410 prisoners known to have died in the POW camps in Stokmarknes. The prisoner cards contain details of their age, their occupation, where and when they were taken prisoners, as well as the state of their health. The cards contain information about when the prisoners died and their cause of death. Now we're going to look at part of the farm. that's here as well. This is a way bigger exhibit than I anticipated it being. And that museum was way bigger than I thought. Honestly, you probably could have spent an hour in there and still not seen everything. So just keep that in mind if you do come here, that don't read every plaque because you won't be able to see the farm. This is pretty darn cool. This down here is the museum, and then that is the church. We walked from the church to the museum, and now we're going to look at the farm. We then went inside and learned a bunch about families that would have lived here back in the day.
The sheep, they're more or less in the correct position. So I just drag it in nice portions.
This here was the family farm, and it was a mother and a father and 4 children that lived inside. And the benches that you see on the side, that is where they would sleep, all of them, just flat out on the benches, feet to feet. And we learned a little bit about fabric and weaving, and as somebody who went to school for textiles, I found it fascinating that the looms that they use are vertical, and you have to push the threads up instead of how you would typically use it today, where you would sit and pull it towards you. So it is way harder and a lot more manual labor. But they also did this so they could physically move the loom easily and bring it outside and be able to weave inside, outside, wherever they needed to. So they weave up. So up here is the finished part. So one of the cool things at the farm that we learned was about one of the wool yarns, the way they dye it. It is about a cobalt blue color, but the way they made it is fascinating. They basically have the men drink a lot, well, they don't have, the men drink a lot of beer, and then the men would urinate into a pot. And then from the acidity from the beer and their urine, it would dye the yarn a cobalt blue color. I just found that fascinating. Probably didn't smell too great, but hey, it was a beautiful blue. Then it was time to hop back on the bus and continue on with our journey and try and catch back up to the ship. This is one of the ski slopes that you can ski in. Now, I was sitting decently far back in the bus, but it was snowing really hard for, I would say, 90% of it, which made it a little bit more nerve-wracking.
We're driving along the fjord, the Kva fjord, to the right-hand side, in the same community called Kva fjord. This area here has a tenth of the inhabitants of Harstad, roughly 2,500, 2,600, and quite a lot of farmers here. Area here is known as a farming area, farming community. The reason to that is that it is a bit milder here than in Harstad, which is hard to believe, hard to explain during the winter period, but it's true, believe me. You can see farmland, this and a lot of other land is facing southwest, and that means as the sun comes back in spring, it makes it not only above the horizon but above the mountains as well. Areas facing southwest will have their snow melted first, of course. So you know the saying in English, the grass is not greener on the other side, yes? That's not true here. In winter they take mainly care of their animals. It's sheep, it's cows, it's a reindeer as well. If we are lucky we see some sheep today. If we're extremely lucky we see some reindeer. Cows we don't see today.
This is where the saltwater and the freshwater meet, so it's frozen down there, not over here. So we just got off. We are in a fjord, and it's just really pretty views right now. We got off for a few seconds to take some pictures. Let's check out what Jack and Poppy are up to.
Hi, Poppy.
Looks like Poppy made a new friend. That or she replaced me with Santa.
Dancing with Santa?
Now let's head back to the bus tour.
We're not going to drive around the fjord, but we're going to take a ferry to cross it, to make it shorter.
Out in the water you can see some fishing nets.
On the fjord's surface you can see some round floating things. There's no fish in there any longer, but we had a salmon farm there. So when we talk about the fish of Gulles Fjord, then we talk about wild fish. This one is the modern one. Once a week we have a fighter plane landing at the close by airport, taking fish to Far East.
They're now playing at the kids' place.
Left hand side as well, both sides of the road, huh?
Oh, there's some reindeer down
They're
there.
digging down for grass. And then we have sheep as well. This is the sheep, the wool you saw earlier on the medieval farm. The type of sheep which is called wild sheep.
Then it was time to take the bus onto a ferry. This was kind of a fun little experience. And once we got on the ferry, we got some snacks. We all had to head up to a little lounge area and then just be back on the bus after 20 minutes. We got waffles as well as some pancakes and tea and coffee. Now, if you're watching this and you're not from the Scandinavia area, their waffles and pancakes are very different, and I was a huge fan of them. These are the waffles and pancakes. Everybody got one of each. The waffles had brown cheese, which is a Norwegian thing. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try it. It's really different. That was a very quick little ferry trip, and just like that, it was time to hop back on the bus and keep on moving.
And the stretch which is not yet modernized, you can see it is quite narrow. We have a lot of turns, soon it will go down again. Well, we just cross fingers that there is no big truck driving towards us. But we have almost managed. We got the road a little bit upgraded a few years ago. You can see on the left hand side we have a barrier, is concrete, which helps cars from not sliding down in winter. Some car drivers experienced where the end of the road really was.
So luckily at this point the snow had let up a little bit. It was still lightly snowing, but this commentary was not quite what my anxiety needed during this ride. Then we stopped right off the semi-sketchy road and had a nice little break to look at a beautiful overlook. This is another absolutely beautiful stop. Kind of sad Poppy and Jack are missing it because this is absolutely gorgeous.
So while Emma is on the bus, we are on the water. This is our view right now. Poppy, you having fun? Yeah. We're getting our bag ready for school. We're about to cross under this bridge, I believe.
Back to the bus. Then we learned about lutefisk. It is a traditional Christmas dish, and it is a cod that is put into a bath of water and lye, and then it turns a little bit brown, and it's kind of one of those dishes that either you love it or hate it. There's no in between. It also has a very interesting consistency. Personally, I've never tried it, but our tour guide seemed to think he was more on the hate it side. Then the coolest thing happened that definitely made my day.
Oh my gosh, there are two moose.
You see them?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, moose was not on my bingo card for Norway, nor this excursion. That was so cool. If you've enjoyed this content so far, we'd absolutely love it if you could hit that like button and subscribe.
Sortland is known as the Arctic Blue City. Arctic because it lies in the Arctic, and blue because of blue buildings. It's a bit hard to spot today, but we will get closer to it and you will see a few of them. Blue, they were painted in blue just before millennium. An artist came up with the idea to make the city popular as the Arctic Blue City. And you could go to the community and get blue paint to paint your house in blue if you wanted so. But not everybody thought this is a nice color. Today we have the Coast Guard, the Fire Brigade, the shopping center, and most buildings of the community that are painted in blue. So that all together made then sense to call the city the Arctic Blue City.
So we were supposed to be on the bridge when the boat went under, but it looks like the boat just passed and Jack was supposed to be on the front. It's a little sad.
What are we about to do, Poppy?
Mama.
We're gonna go wave at Mama?
Yeah.
We're gonna cross into the bridge. It's not focusing. It's too windy. Say wave, Mama!
Mama.
Did we just wave at Mama?
No.
Here's the bridge, but they are over there. We missed them. We were supposed to be at the same time. Our moose spotting may have delayed us.
So at most ports, you dock at these warehouses that load cargo on and off the ship, but also have passengers at these stops. I'm not sure that is enjoyable, but that man is fishing. It's a little cold to fish right now. Are you saying hi, Mama?
Mama.
So we made it back. We were a little late, missed the boat going underneath, but port 13, 12, 14, one of the two. We're in Scotland. Let's go find Poppy and Jack. Cool things that we learned was that in January of 2025, if you are going to buy a car, it has to be electric. They will no longer be selling gas cars. The largest industry in Norway is gas and oil, and then followed by fishing. It was worth seeing the moose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There they are on the balcony.
Emma's waving from the door. Look at her phone. There's Emma.
Mama.
Poppy's waving. Do you see Mama?
Yeah.
She waving at you? Nope, she's taking a picture. Hi, Mama.
Mama.
There's Poppy and Jack up there. Oh, they were waving flags for us, but we missed them.
Are you excited?
So we are getting back. Jack and Poppy are up there. They're waving flags for us since we were supposed to meet them under the bridge, which is super nice. They're still out there waving for us. Time to get back on. We are in Scotland right now is where we're getting back on, and Jack and Poppy are up there on the balcony. So let's go see them and see what they've been up to. They are right there. Right there. Where are they? I come back and they're all gone. Crafts all on the floor. Whoa! Is that what you made? Did you have fun with Dada?
Yeah.
I missed you.
He was here.
Yeah, Mommy was working.
Yeah.
Can I have a hug?
Yeah, Mama.
Here's another Huttegrun or Havila. Hi.
This is a perfect version.
Good. Whoa. Say hi again. Keep waving. Is that how Poppy waves to everybody? Good job. So that bus ride, I would definitely recommend it. It was better than I had hoped. And we saw a moose. I mean, we've gone to Alaska several times, and on a lot of those trips we haven't seen a moose. Yet I come to Norway and I see 2 moose. Pretty darn cool. And some reindeer in addition to that.
So this is stop 14, Stokmarknes, and this is where they built the first coastal route steamer ship in 1956.
So it was the Hurtigruten Museum where you get to see the first
Yep.
ship. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So we are stopped at Stokmarknes. The coastal ship steamers started here. So there's a museum that's dedicated to the coastal route. That's what we're gonna go do.
No, it is how much per person?
100 krona if you're coming via the coastal route. Regular 180 krona if you're not doing the coastal route.
This ship, which is inside of this building, launched in 1912. The interiors have been recreated to as they were back in the day. It shows what the first class areas would have looked like, from the smoking lounge to the ladies' lounge, and this ship used to do the coastal route that we are currently partaking in. Wow. Decently steep stairs. This is pretty darn cool. There's like an entire ship inside this museum. We got off one ship to get on another ship. This is nice. Oh my goodness!
Whoa. Yeah, this is how it used to go up and down the coast. We go through the back door of the ship.
Oh no!
Are you having fun?
Yeah, oh no!
Oh no!
Did we get off a ship to go look at a ship? Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't
It's kind of cool though, right?
Oh no!
What's oh no? You don't know?
Oh!
Whoa! Whoa, bag. Look at how big it is.
it? This is what makes it go left and right. This is how you turn. Scale. They literally put the entire ship in this room.
As Jack says, to put a person next to it for scale, I'm only 5 foot, so we didn't put a big person next to it. We just finished up in the museum. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the entire ship is in there.
The
That's
entire
definitely
ship.
worth it.
That was definitely worth it. It was very cool to see proportionally you next to the ship, and then to see all of the old rooms. They kept them up, so it was very, very cool to see.
Yep.
Hey, Bug, did you like it? Did you like seeing the big ship? No, yes you did, you big fat liar.
Right.
Okay, let's get back on. We only had like an hour at the stop, so. This is how I get Poppy back on and off every time.
pretty cool right now because it's not snowing. Lightly snowing. These bridges that we keep passing under all look very similar. They were all built in the 70s. Connect the islands.
It's a little windy.
Emma calls this the swoop.
Good swoop.
Sorry, it's bouncy.
Really windy.
This is a Hertegruten ship. You got a rough life, Poppy? Yeah. You wash your hands?
We will arrive in Svolvaer, also referred to as the capital of the Lofoten Islands. We dock right in the center of town and recommend a walk through the town or along the port. Svolvaer, you also find the impressive ice gallery, Magic Ice, and after you walk through the terminal and then choose to walk to the right, the first concrete building to the right is the Lofoten War Museum.
It has been a very busy day. We are getting off again, and we're getting off the town called Svolvaer. And I think we're gonna go and try and do a brewery. There's also an ice bar that we may check out as well, but I think we'll try the brewery first and just walk around town a tiny bit. We have a little over 2 hours here. Not sure if we'll make it 2 hours because that'll be past Poppy's bedtime, but let's go have some fun.
We are in Svolvaer. This is port 14.
Let's go. You ready, Pop?
It's slushy.
We are going to head to a brewery first, hopefully see if it's open. If it is not, then we will probably go to the ice bar / ice museum. So it is very slushy. Let's see if I can show you. This is all just a slushy mush. And at least it's not ice. It's better than ice. I'll take this any day over ice. Let's go. So our directions kind of took us to Magic Ice. I see the name of the brewery right there, but I don't see an entrance. I just see this Magic Ice thing. So let's go check out Magic Ice. World's first ice gallery and bar. Oh, sorry. Permanent. Whoa! This is the world's first permanent ice gallery. It's a sub-zero experience to remember. Can you see Daddy? Woo! You okay?
Ow. No, Poppy, can't do that.
I think she said, are you okay? You step inside the biggest Magic Ice gallery and see the history of Lofoten area, with fishermen and Vikings all in ice format. It was a very, very cool experience. Ooh, octopus. That's pretty cool. This is kitschy but fun. Do it again. Whoa! One more.
So we just got done with the Magic Ice Bar, and while it is very touristy and kitschy, we would highly suggest it.
It's fun.
So if you come via the ferry, Hertegruten or Havila, it is 200 krona per person. That includes a alcoholic beverage or non-alcoholic beverage. So not bad.
And we didn't have any time limit. It was like going as you please. They had extra coats in case you needed more layers. And it was just really, it was kind of fun.
And it's literally 100 feet from the ship.
Yeah, I mean, this is right there. And it was, what, -5 Celsius, so
Yes.
about almost 0
Yeah, little north of 0 Fahrenheit.
So, yeah, it was definitely felt colder in there, though, I would say.
Yeah, but like Poppy was fine in her stroller. We didn't need a little parka on it, but if you're not used to colder climates, they do have for parkas, hats, and gloves.
Yeah, it was cool. Let's go walk around town.
Svolvaer is one of the world's largest cod fisheries, and it is also the capital of the Loftland area. It was absolutely beautiful. Again, unfortunately, being so close to Christmas, not too many things were open, but it was still absolutely breathtaking. So if it wasn't pitch black while we were here, this is actually how beautiful the scenery around this town is. It's absolutely breathtaking. Unfortunately, we were here both times when it was decently late and very, very dark.
All right, so we walked around a little of the town. Not much is open, and the slush is 3 inches thick. It reminds us of living in New York. So we're gonna get back on the ship, go have dinner, call it an early night. Because we got a long day tomorrow. It just means we have to come back during the summer. So, because
I have this recorded, so that's...
Yep. So there's like an iconic row of homes that Emma needs to get a picture of. It's too dark right now. And there's probably a few drone shots that would look pretty epic right now.
Pretty epic, but it's pretty dark and pretty cloudy.
Yeah, but if anyone would like to purchase this home right here.
I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful.
Deed it to us, we would be more than happy to take it from you and watch it for you. We don't even need to deed it. Like, we'll just live in it and watch it for you.
It's so
Svolvaer,
cool.
middle of town, beautiful old house.
Beautiful. Okay, let's get back on the ship. It's just slushy and not much is actually open. Instead of spending money and eating out at a restaurant, I think we'll just head back to the ship and eat there, right?
Yep, but first
And
we have
call
to
it a
pass the Fast Hotel.
Okay.
Oh, it's not focusing. That says Fast Hotel.
If you do come and you're looking for something a little bit more history-based, this beautiful building right behind me is a World War II museum. Just wasn't gonna work out with us tonight, and little Miss Poppy, she was not gonna last on that. So, great option if you're looking for something else. But it's so cloudy and so dark, you can't even see how cool it is. So this is the way that they used to, or maybe still do, dry the fish out. They hang them all on these like teepee-like looking things. There's massive mountains there, though. Dinner was good. We didn't really film much of it, but it is now snowing. It looks beautiful. Doesn't bode well for Northern Lights, but we had a great dinner.
Come on, free cruise. Come on, free cruise.
So till next time, you want to say hi? So till next time, get out and live a little. Bye, guys.
We will see you next week for the last little bit of this trip. On our way back down to Bergen, we finally see the sun again, which surprisingly is way more amazing than you'd think after not seeing it for so many days, and explore some beautiful small towns. See you next week for all the fun that we have planned. And then we kind of lost track of what port we were at.
So this is stop 14, so this is stop 13, this is stop 14, this is stop 15, Stokmarknes, this is port 14, this is port 15, port 16.